Greg, E-R-E, is a question for Ant. This is for you. Hearing everyone talks about drafting all defense, where will they all play? We have 11 spots open. Hutch, Pascal, Aleem, Barnes, Rodrigo, Acuda, Joseph. Thanks. So if we go all defense with the 8 picks, like a lot of people want, what do we do with all the other players that would get benched?
The thing is, you need depth. I mean, you can't just really have a starting 11. You've got to have depth as well, especially at those defensive line positions. I mean, tackle, you need another starter there, really. I love Bugs. I love Kamish. I love the guys in there, but you've got to have someone else. You need someone else on the edge, especially with the injury to Harris, and you don't know what's going on with Romeo. You've still got spots at safety. You've still got spots at corner. You've still got spots at linebacker. Good teams need depth, so that's where they go. I mean, I've never been a proponent of all defense. We need a guard, we need a quarterback, we need a running back, we need offensive line depth. I wouldn't go all defense myself personally, but if you did, then like I say, you need depth, and that's where they go. You don't just classify them as starters and that's it. Especially on the defensive line, you've got to have rotation in there and high level rotation.
Oh, someone's really mad at me. Someone is mad at me, so I had to take a screenshot of that. All right, here. Let's continue on. Where do you see Brockers as far as a roster spot? Do we keep him or release him? Also, do you see any of the recent acquisitions being signed after the season, i.e. Shark or Elliott? Michael Brockers ain't coming back next year. Brockers, not coming back. Shark, I don't believe is coming back. Elliott, I don't think he's coming back because of what you have in Kirby Joseph, and obviously we lost Tracy Walker to IR, who's going to be in there as well. If I missed your comment, just repost it. It's because I missed it. What do you think about that?
I'm pretty much with you. Brockers is gone. I'd be all for cutting him now. He's missed 5 games in a row, healthy scratched. I'd just do it now and get it out of the way with. The rest, I'm not so sure. For me, you got to keep improving your roster. That's not taking anything away from what Deshaun Elliott has done here in Detroit, but you can go into the draft and get an upgrade from that, and keep building stronger. We've had so many of these guys in the past who've come in. They've been good players. We've grown an affinity to them, but they ain't really the future here. And that's kind of the vibe I get. I could be completely wrong, but I feel like we need to keep upgrading, keep going, keep seeing what we can find, and because we want to get to the playoffs.
Smash that like button, folks. Let's get to 50 likes. We got 115 in the building. I think 5-0 can get it done. It's free to do so. Help the channel out. Again, I'm going to miss your comment, and I really do apologize. Just copy and paste it. Go up there. Just copy and paste it. I'm not trying to miss it. With the Lions cap space, who's the #1 target would you go after? In free agency, Tone Loki, me, I'm going after Roquan Smith. I want to upgrade that linebacker spot immediately with a veteran. Not just with a rookie, but I want a veteran. I'm going to get a rookie too, but I want to get that veteran. Who do you got as a #1 target in there for you?
Oh, see, I'd maybe be in that linebacker market as well. I think is it Deion Jones is available. I'd be all over him like a rash for this team. We need another inside linebacker. That would be where I'd go with it. So yeah, we've got Malcolm, we've got Barnes, we've got the good young core there, but we need the highly experienced vet to go with them. Even though Anzalone's trying everything he can in his power to win me over at the minute, and I felt a tiny bit tempted at times, but no, I'd go after Deion Jones.
Yeah, Tez, I wasn't saying they're going to cut him now. I was talking about next year. They're not, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you need him for depth just in case of injury, so.
Donald thinks Swift is coming back next season since Jamaal Williams is doing so well as of late. I think Jamaal Williams should come back after what he has done as a leader and getting the touchdowns. He's been consistent. He's not the most dynamic running back for sure, but he's been healthy. He fights. I have no problem with him coming back as, another 1 or 2 year deal. What do you think about potentially bringing back Jamaal Williams?
Oh, I 100% bring Jamal back. I'll give him a good deal for next year because he's shown how critical he is to this team. And then I'd go out and draft a running back to replace Swift. I really would. So Jamal and a draft running back next year.
Hashtag LNU. How do you rate our draft class of 2022? I'm going to give it an A for sure. I think right now, start off, I can see where people are potentially having issues there, where they gave it a C or whatever, which is perfectly fine. But now when you're seeing it, Aiden Hutchinson looking really good. You got Joshua Pascal when he was injured, looking decent when he was on the field. Obviously, you just continue on, and it's done a good job. Kirby Joseph, James Houston, he's had some moves there, so I'm liking it. What grade would you give this draft class right now?
See, right now, I'd probably give it a B. Because there are some aspects, we've not been able to see one of the top picks out of it yet. And Pascal, it's been hit and miss so far. Obviously, I really love what it's done, and I love the production we're getting out of it. But I'm one of those guys. I don't like to really start grading draft classes till 3 years in, because next year is going to be huge as well. We're going to need these guys to take the second year step, carry on producing, become real cornerstones on this team, and that's a big test for a draft class. This point this year, they've got a lot of freedom to just come out, play their game, do their things this year. But when expectations start going high, how does it withstand them? But I'll give it a solid B plus for now. I'm very happy with it.
For sure. Here, let's see. I know most Lions fans don't want Will Levis, but he's growing on me if we pick Will Anderson or Jalen Carter with the Rams pick. So he's saying if he would fall to the Lions with the second first round pick there by Don Burr. Interestingly enough, I was listening to a couple podcasts, PFF, and they keep saying this, that many organizations believe Will Levis is better than C.J. Stroud, and because of his body type, but still I like to see production on the field. What do you think about bringing Will Levis in here with we pick 13 right now, if that's the case?
I hate it. And this is from me. You go back to my college shows at the start of this year, and I was a massive Will Levis stan. But I was huge on him. But like you said, Mike, I've not seen the production in college that I want from him. His Kentucky team lost to Vanderbilt. He had the opportunity to have a game-winning drive in there, and he just flopped. He didn't look any good. Even since his star running backs come back, his running backs ran that offense, not him. He's looked bad. And this draft class is so littered with these guys. Anthony Richardson is another example who I see so much talked about, but he's bad. He really has been bad this season. He runs a lot and he throws a pretty pass every now and then, but you are picking these guys based on their traits, not anything they've done in college. You are simply picking them because of what they can be and not what they've shown. And I prefer my QB to have shown me in college what he can be and see the development there. There's only Bryce Young who's worth a damn in the draft this year for me. The only guy who's really truly done it. Outside of that, you're making a lucky guess. And I know that's the thing with every draft, but guys like Levis and Richardson, when you're picking them just on development traits, that's dangerous. And I don't subscribe to that. So it's a no for me.
I'm going to give you one more warning to that troll account. You guys can't see what he's really posting. It's actually coming up on here. It's pretty disgusting. Yeah, you got one warning. You keep doing it, you're going to get banned from the channel because we don't talk about that type of stuff on here, and it's uncalled for. So just giving you a final warning there, troll account, then you'll have to make another one, and you'll just get banned there. So it is what it is. Do you think that 9-8 will make the playoffs with the tiebreakers of the Giants and Commanders? It's interesting because the Giants are starting to fall off a little bit, but the Commanders are getting better. I don't think it will. I think you have to get to 10 wins. And the Commanders are looking good. They're on a win streak. It's going to be difficult. 100%.
Seen,
So
I've seen the entire NFC East getting in there
Yeah.
at this rate. I feel like we've done it right through the draft. I feel like we go and get our guy through the draft, build this team naturally, and do it right our way, because then we get the security of the rookie quarterback deal. We maximize our win window. When you pay him Lamar Jackson $250 million and more, you are narrowing that window. So just personally for me, no. I think he's a fantastic player. He's great, but I just don't. I just want our franchise to spend its picks in the draft and do it this way, not that way.
and look, this is I see Michael Lede. Don't speak about it. Hey, this is a forum. You got any questions? You just put hashtag, and we answer it. So that's what this is all about. So put a question in there, whatever you want. Antonio Jenkins, hey Ant, how do you feel about Anthony Richardson, probably the most widely debated quarterback in this year's draft? You either love him or hate him. He's one of those guys. What do you think about Anthony Richardson?
I don't hate him. Let's just put it that way. I think he has all the intangibles to be a great quarterback, but I don't think he's shown it in college yet. For me, I've been screaming for him to go back and return. He needs to go back for another year, just like Tyler Van Dyke needs to go back for another year. These are incredibly gifted guys, but they just ain't ready yet. And I feel like it's too much of a gamble for this franchise to take someone like that, especially with such a high pick. You're going to go with the high upside development guy. You get him in the second or third round of the draft this year, because there are some very talented guys around. You don't have to spend that elite pick to get similar. There are plenty of guys who you could sit in red shirt. So I love him as a player and what he could be, but not now. He ain't ready. He's not even close to being ready.
The Packers waived safety Jonathan Abram. Should we pick him up? Got waived. TA, hit me up. What do you think about bringing him in?
I think he's been a bust everywhere he's been, hasn't he? Isn't Abram the disgraced Raiders safety?
Yeah.
Well, not disgraced, but I feel like they picked him ridiculously high and didn't get the return for him. I know that's what the Raiders do, but no. I think at this point, let your young safeties cook and go safety in the draft again.
If it removes Will Harris, yes.
Keep doing it. Oh well, there is that. that did piss me off the other day. I'm not going to lie. In the Bills game, there was a part of me. You get that nervous twitch in your eye when it starts moving and twitching. Every time his name's mentioned, I have that now. He does not deserve another snap in Detroit, and I just don't get why they persist in forcing him on us.
Perfect.